What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So today I am doing a little bit of maintenance on the bike here. Gonna be doing an oil change, gonna be flushing the brake fluid out, because it's as you can tell, brake fluid is looking a little dirty here. So just gonna be doing a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of maintenance, and that's probably about it. What you're gonna need is a 17mm wrench. And of course, like, you need a oil filter spanner, or if you don't have one, you might be able to just twist it off yourself. Just go ahead and twist this all the way off. Oil doesn't look too bad. Go ahead and just crack this loose. Now, you always want to make sure you have the right oil filter first before doing this. So take a little bit of oil. Definitely want to coat the rubber gasket here. Now, you can do it two ways. You can pre-fill the oil filter with a little bit of oil, or not. It depends on whoever you ask. Some people will tell you different. Go until it's nice and snug. Now, usually you want to go ahead and replace the little washer here that goes on your drain plug, but of course they never gave me one. But usually I don't have an issue with reusing it a few times. Until it's nice and snug. There we go. Alright, so now that you got your oil drained, you come up here. Right here is the fill plug for the oil. And if you look down here, right here you have a little window that tells you your oil level. So you have these two lines. You got two lines right here and lines right here that go across. So you want to have it about roughly in the middle. Now for me, for my bike, I only just choose the full synthetic high performance motor oil. I believe this one takes like almost 3 quarts. Now, I've only added in 2 quarts. But as you can tell on the oil level, you can see that it's already, you know, pretty much right about in the middle. But because we didn't fill that oil filter, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start it up for a few seconds to let the oil pressure build, and get oil to that filter. As you can tell, the oil is already gone. Now we'll just give it a few minutes and see right where the oil level comes back to. Alright, so it's been a few minutes, and as we can tell that there's no oil in between there, so it means we're going to have to add some more oil. So I think it's going to take about 2 3/4 of oil. So we'll just keep going until the oil shows up on the lines. All right, there we go. We got oil. Oil is a little bit on the higher side, but that's okay. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to bleed the brake system and add new fluid to it. But what we're going to do is we're going to be draining the fluid out of here, and then we're going to be using the bleeder screw right over here to suck out all the fluid. Now, if you don't have one, you can go get yourself one of these Pittsburgh, you know, brake bleeder pump kit. It's easier for one person to do it by themselves. Alright, so what we're going to do first is we're going to try to drain the fluid out of the reservoir. You're just going to take your pump here, put it inside there, and just suck out all the fluid. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to fill up the reservoir with some new fluid. I like to overfill it just a tad bit because we're going to be pulling out all the old fluid from the caliper itself. So all we're going to do is attach our hose here. We're going to crack it open. Now we're going to have our brake fluid start coming out. Now as we do that, now we're going to close it back up. Now we got some clean fluid. What we do is we can pump the brake and try to spin the wheel. See, it spins. There we go. Bleeding the front brake is pretty much about the same. What we're going to do is we're going to take off this cap here, suck out the fluid, and because now there's two calipers on the front, if it's the same like a car, we're gonna do the farthest one away from the reservoir first. Here and just suck up all the bad fluid. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to clean up the chain. What we got to do first is I'm going to take this cover off here, which I've already taken the liberty out of removing these screws. You want to remove your shift linkage. I'll just move that out the way so we can slide this cover off. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to take some chain cleaner and just spray it in here while we rotate. I guess we can slide this out the way. Give this a nice little cleanup. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this rag right here on the chain. I do have a little brush that would cleanse it, but I don't know where it's at the moment. Obviously you want to be careful and not get your fingers caught. Trying to clean off some of the grease and dirt from the sprocket. We're going to reinstall it here. There we go, just like that.